Time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stacks. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Well, here we go. It is a Thursday on the KVJ Show. Got pretty much everybody here but one. We have Virginia is at home today, checking in with us. It's always kind of an interesting, fun thing in the era of COVID. Now, Virginia's tested positive for the antibodies, has already had the vid, but she came in contact with somebody who had it on Saturday, and so we got her patched in, I believe, from her house. Hello, Virginia.
Hello.
Hello. So just one of them things. I guess you don't know. The company policy is even if you've had the vid and you got the antibodies, if you come in contact with somebody, did they say, is there a certain quarantine period, Virginia? You just need a negative test to prove that you're not carrying that thing along with you, or what's going on with that?
So I'm going to go get a test this morning, first thing. The person that I hung out with over the weekend tested positive last night at 6 p.m. And as soon as they called me to tell me they tested positive, immediately I had a headache, my body ached, but Panda's like, you're psycho. It's psychosomatic.
Yeah.
So,
Panda's right about the psycho part. What happened to that big antibody energy? Remember puffing your chest?
I totally thought I have the antibodies. I'm fine. I can live my life. And then last night, as soon as my friend told me they were positive, I just felt like, oh my gosh, if I have it, I can't go spread it. I can't. Yeah,
I don't even know what that is. I mean, that brings up one of these, everything is a new interesting scenario where as more and more people, either if you get vaccinated or if you've got the antibodies, what if you come in contact with somebody that then tests positive like Virginia did? Are people going to still have to stay away and quarantine for a day or so, or do you just say, nah, I'm good, I got antibodies and I got the vaccine?
Well, me and Denny's were laughing because yesterday me and Virginia shared a bottle of limoncello together, and she massaged my back. So I was all up in her corona if she has got it.
Yeah.
And the audience saw that. It's not like I can hide that. You know what I mean? People will call me out and go, you and Virginia shared a bottle of limoncello and she was rubbing your back.
And we never do that.
No.
We never do that.
So when I heard that, I'm like, well, does that mean I stay home?
Well, it's amazing with you, Jay-Bird, because you've been all around COVID and yet you've got no problems. Like, you have not received it at all. There's pretty much 3 out of 5 people on the KVJ Show have had coronavirus, and you are still cranking. You and Denny's are no problem, but you've been around it a good bit.
I have been around it. I have been tested twice for corona, and then I also got tested for the antibodies separately.
Yeah.
So I've been through it. Now, I haven't had one recently.
But when was the last time you got the antibody test? And you were negative for that, right? You don't have the antibodies?
I did not have the antibodies, and that was in the beginning of October.
Okay. Beginning of October.
I really haven't gone out either.
Sure. Yeah, and you haven't had any bouts where you felt a little ill or off or anything like that in that time.
Well, I can't tell if that's me just being hungover.
Right.
That's what's
when
tricky.
you drink a lot, it's hard because the COVID symptoms are a lot like a hangover.
Okay. So anyway, there's a chance if you get a negative test today, Virginia, then you will be back in the studio tomorrow.
Yeah, I think if I get a negative test today, I can definitely come back tomorrow, right?
I don't know. Limoncello, you tell me.
I'd assume so. Yeah, but that's just, again, one of these questions. I'm just curious what a lot of offices are doing. I think this kind of came down from our boss that she was like, going ahead and have Virginia do from her place today. So an overabundance of caution, which is, a good thing to do. treat this thing seriously and I guess take more caution than necessary. But, as we do move on and we start getting into 2021 and you're going to have people that have been vaccinated and more people that have had it and have the antibodies, how will policies start shifting when it comes to if you've had any kind of contact with somebody that tests positive for coronavirus? Do you yourself have to do that quarantine?
Well, how far out does it go? I mean, she was all up in Corona with the guy she knows, but then I was all up in her yesterday.
Yeah.
Where does it?
Well, and even looking at the days, when was the last time you saw this person that tested positive? Was it Saturday, Virginia?
Saturday, yes. Saturday night.
Okay, so you're still, as it is today, you're on day 5 of that. And the last that I had pretty much heard with the CDC is they're only looking at basically 7 days, 2 days of asymptomatic, 5 days of symptoms where you're really contagious. And I think they've even lowered that in many instances with the CDC to 7 days. I think a lot of people out of precaution are doing 10. Remember, we were doing 14. And I think that's gotten to the point where they're like, that's completely unnecessary to do 14. The most I've heard is 10, but I think it's even lower down to as little as 7.
But this is a time crunch, baby, because tomorrow is the big KVJ holiday party. Yeah. Not only is it on the air, we have we're talking about keg stands in here. There was a lot of fun stuff we had planned for tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I think it should all work out. I think Virginia, I will be stunned if she doesn't get a negative test today.
I will be.
That would be stunning.
If she tests positive, does that mean I got to go? Well, I have to go get tested then.
But keep this in mind too. Remember, my wife went through this, where she went in and she tested positive, and she then went a day later and got the antibody test, and she had that, and she talked to her doctor, and her doctor said it's very likely that people will continue testing positive for 2 to 6 months after having coronavirus. You still have fragments of the virus intact in your body. Doesn't mean you're contagious, and it doesn't mean you have it, an active case of it. It just that thing hangs on. So, I guess it would be possible that you could have a positive today, but it doesn't mean that you have coronavirus.
Lord.
Yeah, so if that happens, like what happened with my wife, because we talked to her doctor, and then we're like, okay, because we went on, that was for Thanksgiving. We went and then saw my son in Atlanta after that. And we're like, we're going to take the chance, roll the dice, and everybody's good. He never got it. And, my wife never had any kind of symptoms or anything. So
I had to address the limoncello thing and the massage because people are already talking about it. They're like, you guys shared limoncello.
Well, and if she's,
We never touch each other. We never drink after each other. Yesterday, we were just all over it.
It was a regular love fest.
It was very bizarre. And then I might have corona. What?
Yeah. Okay, well, if you're just tuning in right now, Virginia was around somebody that had the coronavirus on Saturday, but out of an overabundance of caution, she has the antibodies. We are having her at home, but she's still on KVJ TV, so that's kind of cool. Susan's doing a great job plugging her in.
It's very cool. I'm watching her on YouTube, which is like a 12-second delay, so there's no way me and Virginia are not going to be talking over each other today.
Okay,
it's happening.
Maybe go on sound. All right, well, there you go. Well, Virginia is here on the show, but they're at home in Tequesta. And we got everything else still rocking on KVJ TV. You can dial it up on YouTube. Just look for the KVJ Show.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Because we need that Dirt of the Day.
Virginia, what we got going on the dirt today?
Well, it looks like Snoop Dogg is going to be doing a New Year's special from his compound. He has a new show starting on TBS in January. It's called The Go Big Show. People have been begging for, Snoop Dogg to narrate and do long-form talk stuff. And so that's exactly what's coming on TBS in January. And then to kick it off, that New Year's special will be on TBS with Snoop Dogg and friends. Live from his compound in California.
Okay.
Johnny Depp has officially been blocked from Pirates of the Caribbean. Him and Jerry Bruckheimer are boys. They've done all 5 Pirates movies together. But now that Disney feels like Johnny Depp has this stank on him, Jerry Bruckheimer went to Disney and said, hey, can we bring him back maybe for just like a little cameo or something? And Disney was like, no, we want nothing to do with Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean. So
yeah,
no cameo.
He's very toxic right now.
Very. And finally here, Joe Exotic's legal team has thrown a Hail Mary. I guess they tried to get him pardoned and the president's office said no. But Joe Exotic's legal team is like, wait, you didn't even take it to Trump. We are insisting that a judge demand Donald Trump himself reject or accept the legal team's Hail Mary to get Joe Exotic pardoned. So now we're going to wait to see what that judge says.
How long is Tiger King? How long is he in jail for? Does anybody know? Is it life?
20 something years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's going on in your dirt of the day.
Check out KVJ TV on YouTube or just log on to kvjshow.com to watch the show now. Powered by Cleveland Clinic, where every life deserves world-class care. Now, back to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
All right, what you thinking about here today, Jay Bird?
So I have a text/social media etiquette question. I want you and the audience to help me out with.
Okay.
All right, so I've always talked about that feature I hate when you click on a message and it lets the person know you read it. So yesterday, someone sent me a very long Facebook message. They needed help with something, and I hit the thing, and it marked read, and I did not answer them back. I read it. It was probably an hour, and then they sent me another message wondering why I haven't answered them back yet, and kind of pissy that I have not responded back. They go, I see when you sent it. Why haven't you responded back yet? And my question is, when are you a jerk when the red thing has appeared and you have not answered someone back? Because sometimes you read something and you just can't get back to that person in the moment.
Yeah.
When are you considered being a jerk when you haven't answered them back?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because it's different for everybody.
Yeah, Virginia, do you have any reading on the etiquette of that?
I don't know. I mean, there's always a 24-hour rule. You don't have to answer anything back within 24 hours. But, I mean, after like 2 or 3 days, it's nice to do. And it just depends, too, on how many messages you get. Sometimes people get hundreds of messages, and it takes them a week.
Yeah, there's a lot of messages I just never respond to. So
me too, and I don't do that on purpose. There's just too much coming in, and then I just hate that red feature. It's really a terrible dynamic.
Well, this is the one thing that social media has done, and to me, I gave myself a reality check with it because I think for a while it was overwhelming. And I was getting anxiety about all these messages, and I felt a certain responsibility to try to respond to all these people. And I said, well, wait a minute. What has changed about all this? What has changed is the access to you. Anyone can send you a message. And we're in a different place because we're public figures. We do radio. So a lot of those messages will be outside of the circle. But I've got a family. They have access to me. They can get to me. And so you have different levels of that. Those people, family members, I get back to. There's no doubt about it. If you're in my family and we are related, I will get back to you.
There's a hierarchy there.
But then outside of that bubble, work is next. And most likely, you got a 75 to 80% chance that I will get back to you. Probably even better than that. Well, but then after those 2 first rings, after that, when you get to layer 3, you're probably dropping your odds to 60%. And if you go outside of that ring, you're probably at about 30 to 40%.
Well, it was a borderline manifesto that they sent me. It was so long, and I had to process it.
Well, and that to me, I am aware. We're very conscious about being very efficient with your words, getting your messages done quickly, whether it be on the radio or on social media. Say it in as few of words as you possibly can. And so to me, if somebody has just done a constant stream of consciousness and has not edited themselves, a lot of times that's not going to get read because I just don't have that kind of time. So if you want to increase your odds of not only Kevin reading it but responding, you need to be efficient in your communication, because I can't get into these kind of back and forths that are a time suck. And I've learned that through time. And honestly, in life, the way people are and shaming you and canceling you, I've relieved myself of that responsibility. And that's just the way it is. And I'm sorry, but I hold myself accountable to my family. After that, you're standing in line, and I don't care if somebody in the back is upset.
I hear you. Yeah, I just wanted to figure out when's that time period where you're supposed to get back to people. And I guess it's different for each person, like you're saying.
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
I don't know the answers, Virginia.
I don't either. And yeah, Kevin's right. Do you know them on a personal level?
No, I did not. And they wanted an answer. And then I wasn't there quick enough. So then they start kind of turning on me, which is not going to get your answer any quicker. Let me just say that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Calling me a jerk is not going to help.
Well, yeah, basically, in so many words, they were like, come on, man, what's going on? Question mark. The 5 question marks. Do. Where's my answer at? I'm like, I don't know, man. I tell you, I can't even read this manifesto.
Yeah, I wouldn't even if that happened, then I would just ignore all their communications from then on out.
True, but even on a personal level, I wanted to have this discussion just to see what you guys thought. And you're right, family.
Yeah.
Get back, because if I don't get back to my family, they think I'm dead. They do.
Yeah, family, you got to. What's on your mind, Virginia?
Well, obviously, I'm home. I'm actually in my closet right now doing this show because, a friend of mine called me at 6 p.m. and told me that he tested positive for the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And we were together on Saturday. So my kids were also in close contact. So they're not going to school today. I'm taking them to get tested. Of course, they're both pissed because Magnolia's got testing and Rocco's got testing and Spirit Week.
Oh,
and
Spirit
he was all
Week.
excited.
Oh,
he was
no.
he was supposed to wear his fancy Christmas socks tomorrow, so he's pissed.
Oh,
or today.
wow. Okay.
Today he was supposed to wear. So, but I just wanted to say how cool the technology is now. I communicated with his teacher last night, told her everything. She got back to me in 10 minutes. There's so much technology where the parents and the teachers can communicate now. I absolutely love that. It makes it so much easier than having to go to the school and then get a parent-teacher conference or call the school and then be on hold to tell them what's going on. I thank technology for that.
That's funny because I'm talking about how we're too accessible. You're saying how we need to be more accessible.
Go the opposite way.
I'm thankful for the accessibility of his teacher that literally messaged me back after 10 minutes. And I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. The technology that has come out of the pandemic has been pretty impressive, where I think that a lot of people have been forced to have to learn how to do a lot of this stuff where they didn't before. And so I think, Americans in the whole world, we're on a different technological level in 2020 than we weren't on 2019.
Technology is great unless you're a teacher watching porn on a Zoom call.
Oh, yeah. They're digging deep on that guy.
They're getting real deep with that guy. I was reading up on that because it's a local story.
Yeah.
I think it's turning national.
South Broward High, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and he sounds like he's got some skeletons in his closet.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're teaching a Zoom class and you can hear moaning in the background.
Well, I was looking at the Twitter thread, and the principal got involved. And the principal of the school said on Twitter, she goes, guys, this is not the place to talk about this on social media. Email me. And holy cow, did social media turn on her.
Really?
Oh, they were asking for her job at that point?
Well, that was, I think, what had happened. It started getting on social media with this teacher. If you missed it, it was a high school teacher at South Broward, and he was teaching a virtual class, and there was moaning in the background. And then as it hit social media, as people started speculating about this person, people were throwing out all kinds of other allegations about, okay, maybe there's some things that we need to dig into. It may not just be a one-off with this guy.
Former students were all up in the thread.
Yeah.
I mean, it
took
turned.
off. It took off. Mm-hmm. What I have got on my mind today, wow, talk about maybe missing the ball on something. And this is kind of what happens. This ties in a little bit with what you're saying. There are just so many things that are going on today in 2020 that you can miss a message here or you can forget something. You're like, oh, what a blunder. So let's rewind 17 years ago, and I don't think the excuses are quite the same. There was a guy that played with the Miami Heat. His name's Anthony Carter. A lot of people probably not going to know that name because he wasn't a massive star. He's kind of like one of those sideline players. But he had a pretty cush deal with the Miami Heat where he could opt into another year of his contract and make $4.1 million with the Heat. All his agent had to do was submit the paperwork by the deadline. The agent had a brain fart, forgot to submit the paperwork, and the Heat moved on, and he wound up with another team losing $3 million the very next year, all because his agent didn't submit the paperwork. His agent felt so bad, he spent the last 17 years trying to repay Anthony Carter, and apparently he just made his final payment. And he's caught up to the $3 million because he felt so bad about costing him that much cash.
Why can't we find an agent like that?
I know, right?
Yeah.
They want to take our money.
An agent that actually cares and wants to make good on their evil doings. Wow, that never happens to us.
To me, that's a great agent. That's a Jerry Maguire type of agent.
Well, that's Bill Duffy for you. That's what he did. So, and the cool story is Anthony Carter is now back with the Miami Heat as an assistant coach. So,
oh, wow.
Story from say I came full circle, so 17 years ago. But I was like, wow, have you ever just had a brain fart that cost $3 million? I guess that's what it's like being a high-priced agent.
Not that big, but I've definitely had brain farts. That's cost me.
Well, that's part to your end about all the messages that are out there is you get something and it gets all-consuming. And somebody had sent us this meme that came in that said, can we normalize fast replies? Because why are you letting a message marinate for 2 hours? Now, again, it depends upon who you're talking to. If you're talking about your boyfriend, girlfriend, yeah, 2 hours, okay, get back to me. But if you're talking about your situation, the thing that I will do a lot on messages is I like to wait until I'm fresh and I have a good response because I've found that when I'm tired and I give a half-thought, half-baked response, it usually gets me obligated to something or I wind up in this whole spin zone of I'm doing a lot more work. So I've always found that it's better to be like, I'm not fresh enough to answer that right now.
Well, even the scenario you're talking about, your significant other, if you don't respond back in 2 hours, is that considered, oh my gosh, he's cheating? To me, no way, because sometimes you're busy doing something.
My wife, the queen, if it were, I have to be a lot more. She's number one. I got to be most punctual. And if it's a delayed time, depending upon what the message is, now she can send me some random video from TikTok, no response needed. But if it's something about a question or something is happening in our lives, I better get back on that pretty quick.
It's 6:32 a.m. right now. The queen texts you. She asks you a question right this second. When are you in hot water? How long does it take for you if you don't respond?
Well, if I'm doing the show, it depends. If she knows I'm in an obligation or a meeting, then I get a little bit of leeway. But if she knows basically what my schedule is, and if I'm home just chilling, 30 minutes or an hour, I'd be like, what are you doing?
She knows your every move.
She knows It's like that Police song, Every Breath You Take. She's watching me.
She pretty much does know your every move.
Every move, yeah. She can call me up and be like, going, I bet you're standing in the kitchen, aren't you? Yeah, how'd you know?
It's called marriage, Jay Bird. The wife always knows what you're up to.
Girls on it.
It sounds like a hoot.
Girls on it. Oh, Virginia, you're going to love this. Hamburger Hands was at it yesterday. He spilled something and got yelled at in a store. Kind of a mess, though.
What happened, Bird?
Well, Sweet Denny's, we were driving around, and I was really yearning for a Slurpee. I love Coca-Cola Slurpees. They're probably my favorite drink.
Oh, yeah.
So he parks, and I get out of the car. He stays in the car. I go in there, and as I'm walking in, there's 3 guys outside. There's always people milling around 7-Eleven that are asking for change. So the one guy, he looks at me and goes, hey, is there any way you can buy me a drink? I'm really thirsty. I'm like, yeah, man, no problem. So he follows me. I thought I was going to go in there to grab the Mountain Dew for him.
Okay.
He follows me in. Now, you guys saw what I was wearing yesterday. Mm-hmm. I had quite the outfit on. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking I'm going into 7-Eleven by myself. I'm going to buy this guy the drink. Well, he's following me into 7-Eleven along with his 2 other buddies.
Of course, yeah. You're like the Pied Piper.
I am not trying to be a jerk when I say this, but I'm pretty sure that they were homeless because they were asking me for money.
Yeah.
And they dressed.
They fit the usual.
They did, but
Yeah.
keep in mind what I had on. So now I'm walking into 7-Eleven.
It looks like a gang of hobos, Virginia.
It does. It looks like a gang of hobos.
You're the leader.
I'm the leader. It looks like I am the leader running this outfit.
You're the richest hobo.
Yes. So now I'm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're so rich. You're the richest hobo ever.
So the one dude is really my shadow, following me around 7-Eleven. I'm like, yeah, man, just get your drink. So he grabs his drink, and I go to get my Slurpee. Now, as this is all going on, I'm noticing the 7-Eleven employees, they are eyeballing us like flies on a rib roast. There's not a move I can't make. They're watching every move I make, and it's making me nervous. So I go over there, and I'm thrown off because the Coca-Cola is out. I keep on trying to.
Oh, boy.
It's not working.
Yeah.
The guy's watching me trying to overwork this
You're getting a little frazzled.
I'm getting frazzled. I don't even see the out of order sign, and I keep on going. So the guy thinks I'm on drugs.
He's like, oh, great, I got another meth head to break the Slurpee machine.
So I get the biggest cup known to man. I have to go with the cherry one because the Coke is out. And as I am looking back at the one guy, I go too big, too deep on the Slurpee. But in my defense, that Slurpee thing was coming out real slick.
Yeah, you never know. Sometimes they're slow, sometimes they're fast, and if you're not prepared, look out, it can get away from you.
There's an art form to getting a Slurpee too, and I did it wrong. I put the plastic cup on after the fact, and it makes it just go everywhere. So long story short, I spill my murder red Slurpee all over the floor, all over the counter. It's dripping inside
it all came out of the cup, basically.
It all came out of the cup.
Wow.
How it fell, it just splattered everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And now
it's a crime scene now.
7-Eleven employees, they weren't having it. They got not very happy about it. The one guy, what are you doing? No. And then he starts to berate me and give me a lecture on the proper way of doing and how to get a Slurpee. You're not supposed to put the plastic thing that way. You're supposed to put it this way. And the other guy's cleaning everything up. He's sighing. I look back. All of the homeless guys are waiting for me to check out to buy their drinks. Now I'm not only buying one drink, I'm buying them all drinks.
The word's getting out.
Oh, yeah.
They're on the street. Hey, come here. Hey, Frank.
I can't find any napkins, so I start to take little, like the trash of the straws that are in the little container. I start trying to, just to show that I'm...
Dude, you're a team player.
Yes, I kept on saying, I'm sorry, but I had my mask on. I don't think they could hear me. Exactly. So here I am on all fours trying to clean up this Slurpee with straw wrappings. The other guy he goes, "No, I got it." He goes, "Stop, I got it."
Stop.
He starts to clean up.
You're not helping.
He's not happy. I finally check out, and they could not get us out of that 7-Eleven quick enough. And they all thought I was part of that little outfit there.
So what did the other guys get to drink?
So I bought a Mountain Dew, 2 Cherry Cokes.
Okay, all right.
And they were pissed. I tried to clean. Yeah. They were still cleaning it up.
It'll take forever. It's so red and it's so sticky. It's one of the worst things you could spell.
He goes, "Stop cleaning." I'm sorry. Sorry.
You're just spreading it around. Oh man. Now, how far was this after we had a couple cocktails and you were chugging some limoncello yesterday? How far was this after that?
A couple hours, but because Denny's had to do some work. Yeah. He picked me up. I had a couple other drinks.
Okay, all right. So we might have
I look the part of the hobo.
We had some contributing factors.
I had this hat on. My cousin Eddie hat on.
Oh, man. You know, I thought this would be kind of interesting because I can only imagine when I saw that they do this thing called Notes for Your Driver. It is a section that they have in Uber, and there's kind of a confession thing. I'm like, surely Jaybird has had to have made this. It's Uber drivers talking about some of the ridiculous notes that they have seen in the descriptions, because people will say, hey, if you're going to pick me up, here's what I'm wearing, here's what I look like, so that it's easier for them to find them. And so they were sharing some of the notes that they've seen in the description that is given to Uber drivers to identify the person. Some of the ones that they listed here, I'm the guy wearing a clown outfit holding 3 cases of beer. Don't be alarmed. The blood is not real. Like, almost all of these sound like it could be something Jaybird has put in the notes for his Uber driver.
That's totally from the set of Clowns Have Murderous Ways.
I mean, I can only imagine what some of the notes you've had for your Uber drivers.
I've had to put some weird notes in there for sure.
This one said, my girlfriend and I are in front of Publix. My girlfriend is the one who's crying and chain smoking. We are both wearing matching Star Wars shirts.
Don't take that ride.
Right, I think, okay, I'm going to sign off now. Another one said, be on the lookout for a woman covered in a ton of chili. I'll explain once I'm in the car. I also have a shaved head and I'm wearing a blue dress.
Wow.
Okay.
That's sexy.
How about you explain about this chili now before you get in my car?
You would think you'd want that. Yeah, I don't want the chili in my car.
I think if you're an Uber driver, you can turn that ride down.
You can.
These probably are all denied. I can't imagine you going, I can't wait to pick this person up. This one said in the notes for your Uber driver, I'm the guy who has no shirt on, and I'll be carrying my pet skunk. Just so you know, the skunk stink hole doesn't work. The skunk's stink hole doesn't work.
But mine does.
Yes. Mine's working great. The skunk was bad. And this one said, we are a group of women. Please don't be offended, but 2 of us don't have shirts on and our bare breasts are exposed. We've been drinking.
You pick that one up.
That one you pick up.
You definitely pick them up.
Yeah,
that's the
one you pick
boober
up.
of your dreams.
Boober.
Yeah, boober. Exactly. I'm getting that one. We had Sweet Suits singing O Little Town of Bethlehem earlier, and boy, did he nail it. Not bad for a Jewish kid. Though I don't think he said the word Little Town or Bethlehem.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're not about being accurate on this show.
You're right. Who cares? You know, we had done this in our KVJ draft. Was it 2 weeks ago now? Where we were talking about the best Christmas songs or holiday songs of all time. And looking at this list from YouGov, we were apparently way off. Now, All I Want for Christmas Is You was one of the top songs that went for us. That was number 1 on their list of America's favorite Christmas songs, according to this nationwide survey. But the other ones, I'm not sure many of us got. Silent Night was second.
Hate that song. It's so depressing.
I don't think anybody chose that one.
It's just so slow moving, and it makes you think and contemplate your past. It's terrible.
Jingle Bell Rock, I think somebody did go with that.
Now We're Rock, I think I went with that one.
Okay, that was number 3 on the list.
Yeah, I did the Hall & Oates version.
Okay, that's right. That didn't do well for you.
It tanked.
Yeah. Oh, Holy Night was up there.
See, I feel like that sounds like Silent Night.
I know. I was really surprised by this list. And White Christmas was up there. And that's another slow.
That's another one of those 1940s or 50s I sound like I'm drunk Christmas song.
It does, yeah. They all sounded drunk in that era.
They all sound like they're about 5 drinks deep.
I think they were. It was a big cocktail era. The Bing Crosbys and the Frank Sinatras, those guys were always drinking in photos.
You're right.
Carol of the Bells was 6th.
How does that even go?
Dun, 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 dun.
Christmas is here. Yes, it is not.
Bum, ba, da, dum, ba, da, da, dum. The Christmas song is 7. They got Mary Did You Know at 8, Little Drummer Boy, and Jingle Bells.
Mary Did You Know? Do you know that one?
Oh, Mary Did You Know is my favorite. It's by the Pentatonics, and it's the jam.
Give us a taste, Mama.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would come and save the world?
That's enough.
Mary, did you know?
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
That's my cut. I'm not going to be getting the call from the Pentatonics anytime soon.
Somebody sent an email here about Little Drummer Boy. Now, you're not a fan of that one, right, Jay Bird?
It's my all-time least favorite. It's Rum-Pum-Pum, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand Rum-Pum-Pum. I know I sound like a Scrooge. I love Christmas time. I love it.
You just hate this song for some reason.
I can't stand this. I just don't like the really slow moving, and that one just, I don't know. That one's got some weird stuff in it.
Okay, well, Adam was wanting you to explain why it was that you didn't like Little Drummer Boy. He said, to me, the whole song encapsulates Jay Bird himself and who he is. So I'm always surprised when he says that he doesn't like Little Drummer Boy.
It's the whole Rum-Pum-Pum, man.
That's what does it?
Playing my drum.
Well,
Just feels like murder.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how this encapsulates you. It's a boy that wants to play for them, and he has no gift to bring. is basically the gist of the Little Drummer Boy, right?
I never did a deep dive with the lyrics.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. You just the rumpa-pum-pum.
I think it's the sound I don't like.
Pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rumpa-pum-pum, rumpa-pum-pum. It just doesn't click for you, huh?
It doesn't do it for me.
So that would be your number one least favorite.
Number one least favorite. And the other two you were talking, the Silent Night, I'm not a big fan of.
Okay.
That's a Christmas song, right?
Silent Night is a Christmas song, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, holy night, all is calm.
Love Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle Bell Rock's good.
Love Frosty the Snowman. That's a song.
I think my least favorite is probably still Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
That's my jam.
It makes me feel weird. That bong, bong, bong.
It's very acidy.
Bing, 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 bing,
The moon is out.
Yeah. Makes me feel weird. I think it's either that or probably Christmas Shoes.
Christmas Shoes is rough.
That is a tough one.
I love the Suits version, but the regular version.
Yeah. What's your least favorite of all time, Virginia? The one Christmas song you can't stand.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
It's pretty awful. Yeah. They used to play it a ton down here in South Florida.
Yeah.
It was all over the stations.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the song. I hate the theme. I hate the concept. It's terrible.
You just got a lot of hate for that one. Okay.
I
Makes
do.
sense.
I love my grandma.
Right.
It is
Not funny.
It's a sick song when you
I
really
love
think
Grandma.
about it.
Not funny.
Yes. Well, Virginia is in her closet in an overabundance of caution. Somebody that she was with on Saturday tested positive for coronavirus. Even though she has the antibodies, we're playing it safe. She's going to try to go get herself a negative test today. The big question is, what if you get a positive test, Virginia?
I can't even go there. Panda told me last night that I'm paranoid. There's no way I'm going to be positive. So I'm trying to think positive that I'll be negative.
If you test positive, that means I would have to go get tested. I probably couldn't even come to work tomorrow. They wouldn't let me.
Yeah, this is where my question is, we're 9 months into this. We shouldn't have this many questions still about this virus and how to treat it and handle it. It's silly that we are still so clueless as a society as how to handle this, because the same situation I was talking about really kind of happened in my family, where my wife tested positive and she'd had it 3 months ago, and she tested positive for the antibodies, and it was a head scratcher. I'm like, what the heck? And her doctor's like, yeah, for 2 to 6 months, you'll probably still come back with some positive tests if you have a job that's requiring you to keep taking tests. So that to me is a major flaw in the system where, okay, you look at Virginia's situation. If she kept testing positive, she can never come back until she gets a negative test. And what if she tests positive for the next 2 months?
I can't believe we shared a bottle of limoncello yesterday.
Yeah.
We're so stupid. And I went back and I looked at the Instagram story, and we talked about sharing a beer, Jason, and you go, yeah, we're so COVID friendly.
Oh my gosh.
And then this happens.
It's all falling apart, Ralston.
Yeah.
It's all falling apart.
Well, it just fits in with the show. Got some celebrity birthdays going down today. First birthday is Bill Pullman, not Bill Paxton. Can you tell me what Bill Pullman has been in, Jay Bird?
Independence Day.
Okay, yes, there you go. What has Bill Paxton been in?
Tombstone, Weird Science, Twister.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
All right, you know your stuff. Very nice. You're right. He wouldn't be celebrating a birthday today. Bill Pullman is 67 today. Eugene Levy is 74 today from S-Bombs Creek, most recently.
I love him as an actor, and I know you like him from S-Bombs Creek. Yeah. He's fantastic in the movie Splash. Talk about a role that takes over the entire movie. Eugene Levy in Splash.
He was Jim's dad in American Pie.
Yes.
He's quietly had an amazing career. And S-Bombs Creek, it is amazing the love affair that fans of that show have with it. Now that it's all wrapped up and it's been, given a tidy little bow, and it's gotten its 9 Emmy nominations for the last season. That is a beloved show.
Eugene Levy's in the original Vacation. He's the guy that sells Chevy Chase, the family truckster.
He does. Yeah, he does. Also, Pope Francis is celebrating his 84th birthday today. Got to say happy birthday, Corey. Love Casey. And Jay Bird, go F yourself. I don't know why that's on there.
Wow, that's rude.
Yeah. Happy 51st birthday to my lovely wife, Dawn. I love you with all my heart. Greg. Also, can you give a shout out to Layla on her 10th birthday today? Love Mommy, Daddy, Joey, and Evan.
Layla.
Also, happy birthday to my much older sister, Lori. Love you bunches. Have a great day. We're going to party soon with the Tipsy Rose Tiny Bar. That's from Jennifer at Shade Shack. And also wishing Babs a very happy birthday today from Mama Duck and the Pickle Squad. So there you go. Got a birthday you want to get on the KVJ Show? You can let us know by just sending us an email. mail@kvjshow.com. mail@kvjshow.com. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we have got a fun prize pack from Stella Artois. They are going to be sponsoring us with our KVJ Virtual Holiday Happy Hour on Friday. And we have got a prize pack from Brown Distributing here. Denny's was telling me it looked like it had some beer in it. Looks like it had some snacks. Looks like it had some swag and all kinds of good stuff in it. We're going to do the mystery box here today. If you're watching KVJ TV, it's going to be a big advantage because you can see what is in the mystery box. Jaybird is going to stick his hand in there and he's going to feel around and try to tell us what is in the mystery box.
I'll try to be real descriptive.
Okay, yeah. So he's going to give you some descriptions of this. Denny's brought this in today, and I got to tell you, I didn't know Denny's could be this twisted. Oh my gosh. It's so wow. A couple of late messages coming in. Some birthdays. Second birthday to our son, Dean. KVJ listener since the womb, it says. Going to celebrate today at Busch Gardens. Oh, that's a fun place to go. Love Mama and Daddy. And also a birthday to James Van Rye Zen of Seminole Ridge High School. He's a huge KVJ fan, so happy birthday to you. Also, somebody said Virginia forgot to give us Rocky's address in the dirt of the day.
Dang.
When Sly Stallone.
Oh, what a loser.
Yeah.
Okay, if you need the dirt of the J, I'm here.
It's 1480 North Lake Way. And look for a Bermuda-style compound. 1.5 acres, 253 feet of lakefront that he's got there. It's got 13,000 square feet. It's a beautiful-looking place. I saw some of the photos.
How many people do you think are going to drive by and go, yo, Adrian?
Yeah, I wonder what the road access looks like because there are a lot of homes that will have a privacy wall you can't get through, and then the house is half a mile back, so that's probably what you're going to see. But I've already got a plan. I'm going to paint myself like the Rocky statue, put on boxing shorts, and stand out front of it with my hands up in the air to see if he notices.
It's an amazing plan.
Do you think
Seems like a lot of work.
Well, it is, but I really want that interaction with Sly Stallone, so I think it's my only chance.
I love it.
To get a face-to-face with Rocky, so we'll see. But, yeah, who knows when he's going to get in the actual house. All right, we've got a mystery box set up here. You can watch on KVJ TV. Jaybird is going to start giving you some clues and trying to help people out. So if you want to jump on the lines right now to take a guess, first person who guesses what is in the mystery box is going to walk away with a prize pack from Brown Distributing from Stella Artois, a great Belgian beer. There's some Bia Cerveza in the package. You also have some snacks and some swag in that.
And you said Sweet Denny's is the one that picked this item?
Yes, he showed me a photo of a twisted item last night, and he's like, do you think I should bring this in for the mystery box room? I'm like, absolutely. That's a great call.
Oh, how weird. The witch gets out of it again.
Well, she's not here. So
of course.
She's at home because, you know.
She's got pink eye. I mean, fake COVID. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, what is it she has today?
Fake COVID.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Denny's has opened up the trap door of the mystery box. Okay. All right, Jaybird, you can start feeling around. I will let you know that there is a plate that item is on. So, yeah, you got your fingers on the right thing.
Okay, so it feels like some type of shavings.
Okay, that's a great clue.
Almost kind of like, and I don't think it's this because I don't think he'd do me this dirty.
Yeah.
But it you know how cockroaches get those wings on their backs? I feel like it's just a big bundle of cockroach wings.
Okay, so it feels light. Each one of them feels light. Would you say it's about that size of like a insect wing?
It feels like a bunch of insect wings, plural, bundled together. It's long and stringy. It almost feels. It could be some kind of a. It also feels like it could be pot.
Oh, okay.
Like pot on a bad old man weed.
Oh, okay.
I know it's not that. I'm just trying to give people descriptions.
Okay.
Like leafy, wingy.
Yes.
Light.
You've given some good things. You said shavings, which is a really good clue. I think your clue about the leafy wingy is very good as well.
I'm picking it. I'm picking a clump of it up right now.
Watching on KVJ TV, you could see what it is.
It feels like a an evil cereal. It feels like it's cereal, but you know you shouldn't eat it.
Oh, like a flake, maybe.
Yes.
Like a frosted flake. That's another good clue.
A dangerous frosted flake.
Yes. I'll tell you, it is white.
Oh, this is white.
This is white. What you have in your hands is white.
On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the worst, how bad did my boy do me?
It's low 4.
Oh,
it's a low 4. Just thinking of, where we are. A 5 being like when Virginia brought in Rocco's poo and put it on my face. That being a 5. Yeah, this is a low 4.
All right. I mean,
that's my thought on that.
And the other adjective I'd use, it's crispy.
That is a good adjective as well. That is a good adjective as well. So as we start going through some of the guesses here, I'll add in clues so we can get somebody to figure out what we have in the mystery box here today. So with each incorrect answer, you get an additional clue. Cheryl is on here with the first guess. What do you think is in the mystery box that Jaybird is feeling here for our Stella Artois prize pack?
How about some almonds?
Almonds. Is that what you're saying? Okay, almonds.
I wouldn't be so scared of almonds, though.
Yeah, well, they do, and I think I know what Cheryl's talking about. That's a good guess in a sense. They do shaved almonds, if you've ever seen that, in nice little slivers. And that is a great guess because it would have similar consistencies. But I will tell you that that Jaybird has, it's not really something that's edible. I guess you could eat it, but it's not a food item.
Could you eat this if you were stuck on an island and it would give you enough nutrients to get you through a day or two?
I don't think it would. No, I think it would just be empty.
Oh, okay. So it's clearly something from the outside. It feels like it's outsidey.
Okay, meaning it would be from the outdoors?
Yes, it's an outdoors type of item. Is that a bad clue?
That's not going to help you out. It's not something you would say is an outdoors, like something you would get in nature.
And you said it's white?
It is white,
it's too clumpy and wiry to be cocaine.
Okay, yeah, no, it's definitely not cocaine.
That was a joke, obviously. It's not cocaine.
Yeah, that's a powder. What you have is...
You're right. That's a terrible clue.
That's a very bad clue.
I was trying to make a joke. It fell flat.
I think Randy is dialing in here.
My dad?
Your dad's name's Randy?
My dad's name's Randy.
I don't know. Is this Jaybird's dad?
No, it's not, sir.
Okay. There's another Randy, unless your dad lives in Port St. Lucie. Randy, what is in the mystery box today that Jaybird has in his hands that he's feeling?
Toenail shavings, toenail clippings.
Toenail clippings. Man, oh man, that is so unbelievably close.
Toenail. Okay, so it's something off of Denny's body.
Unbelievably close, in the right area.
Oh, gross.
We just got to dial it in a little bit more.
Oh, no.
Dial it in just a little bit more there, Randy. Because, yeah, you are so close.
It definitely doesn't feel like nails.
It's not a fingernail. It's not a toenail.
I think I know what it is.
You think you're getting this?
I think I am. It's part of his body, clearly.
It is, yeah. I'll let you know. It is. You have a piece of Denny's in your hand. You just rested your head on your microphone. Okay. All right. That's what we got. Can somebody get just a little bit more dialed in with what is in the mystery box? We will reveal what Jaybird has been running his fingers through in just a second. Coming up here on the KVJ Show.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
We have a mystery here in the mystery box today. Jaybird was very descriptive. You talked about how it was kind of a flaky substance that you had in your hand. It was light. It kind of felt like cockroach wings, you said at one point, and kind of like a shaving.
Yeah, it was a bundle. And
yes.
I feel like I kind of know what it is now. I hope I'm wrong.
Randy from Port St. Lucie said it was toenail clippings. He was so close, but just not quite the answer. Debbie, also from Port St. Lucie, has the correct answer. Debbie, what do we have in the mystery box today?
Nice, juicy, well, not juicy, but nice, dry, dead skin cells.
Foot skin, yep.
Oh, dude, what is going? I mean, I got bad feet, but what the hell came off of
It's
your
a
feet?
big pile of
Oh.
foot skin. You can show that on KVJ TV now. You can see it outside of the mystery box.
It looks like diced onions.
Whoa. Denny's, what is going on with that?
Well, so I use this product that goes, it's a lotion you put on your feet for, like 2 hours, and then you take it off, and it causes your feet to peel for days. It rejuvenates the skin in your foot by shedding all of the excess skin, so it goes back to a fresh, baby-type skin.
It looks like shredded Parmesan.
So-
it does.
It does.
Well, I was sitting on my couch, and I put my feet up, and my wife's like, what the heck? And she looks over, and my feet are peeling like crazy. I didn't even notice. And so we just peeled it all off. In fact, I'll put up a picture of my foot before the peeling.
I mean, the only upside, I guess, I love you, and I'm glad it's you that I got.
It's not that gross.
That's disgusting.
Well, I washed my feet right before.
That's so gross. If you did it, you could do another bit. You could take shredded Parmesan cheese, and I don't know if I would know the difference.
Okay. And you have to convincingly eat one of them.
I just spilled them.
He just according did. Fumbles just put foot skin all over the controls.
Denny's.
Hey, Debbie, congratulations. We're going to hook you up with a prize pack from Stella Artois. It is from Brown Distributing, who encourages you to drink responsibly. You enjoy that, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And join us as we'll have some Stella on Friday night with the KVJ Virtual Holiday Happy Hour. It's going to be going on our Facebook and YouTube channel at 6 p.m., all presented by Peggy Adams Animal Rescue League. Love to see you on that. Okay. This is what's really going to kick me into the holiday spirit. I'm getting ready to start binge watching some holiday specials. That's when, with the final week, with the countdown to Christmas, coming up almost 1 week from today. We're just 8 days away from Christmas. I got to start firing up some of my favorites. We've already talked about Home Alone. What was it that Kevin McAllister's parents did? We gave you that answer this week on the KVJ Show to be able to afford that kind of house and to get that first-class trip to Paris. Home Alone seems to be America's favorite holiday classic.
I got to go back and watch it because I have not seen it in a while.
It is number one in the state of Florida, at least according to Google Trends. They're looking at what people have been looking for and searching for, and Home Alone is number one in Florida and 6 other states.
Don't you love Home Alone, Virginia?
I do. We introduced Rocco to it last year, and he watches it all the time. For him, it's not about just Christmas. It's a great movie.
Okay. Die Hard was number one in 3 different states.
Still holds up. It's a fantastic movie.
Elf only picked up 1. That was Idaho, and it looked like National Lampoon's Vacation was only in 1. I was kind of surprised. It was really spread out what the favorites were all the way across the country. In fact, I think it was California had Edward Scissorhands. I'm like, that's a Christmas movie?
There's a lot of bad Christmas movies out there. There's a ton you never even heard of that are running right now.
Okay. Well, what we're going to be doing here today is we've got our KVJ draft, and we're doing the best Christmas movies and specials. So both of them will work here. Okay, we're going to do the KVJ draft. We draw a card. Virginia, unfortunately, I think you're going to have to go last because you can't get a card.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang, Christmas witch.
Yeah.
I'll be okay.
Well, we could draw one. We'll draw one for you here to keep it fair. Okay, I drew out, I drew a 2.
Oh, you last?
Yeah, most likely. Okay, and then I'll draw out 1 for Virginia. Virginia, your card I'm drawing for you is a 3. My hands are cursed. What is going on with my hands here?
Thanks.
Wow, that's terrible. Okay, Bird, what did you draw?
I've got the queen.
Oh, wow, you're good when it comes to this now. Denny's, what did you get?
I got a 6.
Got a 6, and what does Suits have in there?
Ooh, he's got an ace.
Ace. Okay. All right. So it goes Suits, Jaybird, Denny's, Virginia, and then myself here for the KVJ draft today. Okay. That means Suits has got our overall number 1 pick. He's been crushing it this KVJ draft, too. Now it's going to be interesting. Can the Jewish kid run away with the Christmas movies and specials? And it is holiday, so it's anything in there. So if you got yourself, I think Adam Sandler, he did 8 Crazy Nights, correct? That'd be the question if Suits wants to jump on that. He can. Okay, Suits, you got the overall number 1 pick here in the KVJ draft today. Do you even know any Christmas specials and movies?
Google has been very helpful.
Okay,
this
all
morning.
right. So he's. What if Suits wins this?
I think I am going to take one of my favorite movies from the holidays, and you mentioned it. It's one of the bigger ones. I'm taking Home Alone. I loved every holiday season watching Home Alone.
Okay. That's a pretty solid pick there, Suits. Not bad. Okay. Bird, you got the next pick in the draft.
Team J Bird would like to draft Elf.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't believe Seuss didn't take Elf.
I know.
Yeah, solid picks. Okay, we go down to Denny's. Denny's, you have got the next pick here. We're getting 3 each. What is your first pick?
Well, I think I'm going to go ahead with the Christmas Story classic one.
Just shoot your eye out, kid.
Okay.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay.
Just shoot your beady eye out, kid.
He is going with the Christmas Story. Virginia, it is down to you. What is going to be your first pick here for the best Christmas movies and specials?
I'm going to take Christmas Vacation.
Good choice. Okay. All right, boy, a lot of the big dogs off the board. Okay, then I am going to go with, I'm going to go Die Hard.
Okay, I like it. I see what you're doing.
I'm just, you know what, at this point I'm last. I gotta do something that's,
You got to shake up the tournament.
I gotta shake it up a little bit. I gotta throw something out there. Next, I am going to go with The Grinch. That is the Jim Carrey movie.
Hello, Kev. Your list's not looking so hot.
It's trending on Netflix right now.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, Virginia, what is your next pick?
I'm going to take Bad Santa.
That was on my list, too.
Okay, Bad Santa. All right, we go back to Denny's with your next pick here in the KVJ draft.
I am going to do Nightmare Before Christmas.
Interesting. Okay. Nightmare Before Christmas. Bird, you got next pick.
I'm going to go with the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer claymation. How are you guys not getting that?
Oh.
Yeah. That's a solid one.
Poor Rudolph, bullied the entire time.
Yeah. It's just so old, though.
It is. They loved bullying people, especially kids back in the 40s.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I was in the area where bullying was cool.
Yeah, it was.
Suits, you have got the next 2 picks here in the KVJ draft. You chose Home Alone with your first pick for the best Christmas movies and specials. What are going to be your next 2?
All right, so I think I am going to take Die Hard off the table.
I already got that one.
Dang, Suits.
Oh, I got disconnected there, so I couldn't hear your pick.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But all right, so let's go with the classic. It's a Wonderful Life. Did anybody take that?
No, you're good on that one. It's a Wonderful
All
Life.
right.
Not
Okay.
a boy, Suits.
And
You want the moon?
let's take the Polar Express.
Okay.
Kind of creepy.
Yeah, not my
Yeah, but
favorite.
people seem to like that movie.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know
Suits
why.
is defending it.
He should.
Okay. So Suits' team is complete of 3. Jaybird, your final pick?
I'm gonna shake it up myself.
Go for it.
I'm going with Gremlins. Boom.
That was on my list, too.
Don't feed them after midnight.
Gremlins. Okay. Fascinating. All righty.
Just like that, Bird lost the tournament.
No.
It goes to Denny's. What are you going to choose?
I'm going to pick one of my favorite Christmas movies, Scrooged.
Oh,
That's such a good movie. That one still holds up, too.
Okay, Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that one, Kev?
Yeah, I have. All right, Virginia, your final pick here in the draft. What are you going with?
I am going to take A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Wow, a Charlie Brown Christmas. How about that?
This one's for my girl, Lucy.
Yep. Because you see yourself in her.
I do.
Boy, you guys have not left a lot on the table here. So, hey, when you pick last, you got to throw a Hail Mary. I'm going to go with Emmett Otter's.
Oh.
I was wondering why you guys didn't pick that.
Because we wanted to win.
Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas as a novel vote.
And what's your favorite song from that special, Kev?
I don't know anything about it.
Dang. dang poser, Emmett Poser.
I don't know anything about it. How did you guys not take it?
Ain't no hole in the wash tub.
Brothers.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to lose anyway.
Well, I find every time I pick the ones that I think are going to win, I get
know.
last place. So
Yeah.
I'm going
I
with
hear
my
ya.
heart.
I like it.
Yeah. The ones that we didn't get, I was thinking about just taking the Santa Claus. That probably would have been the better pick. But you know what? I kind of want to lose this week. So
I almost went with Silent Night, Deadly Night, the horror Christmas movie, but I thought
Okay.
it was too alternative, man.
too
It
much.
is.
Yeah.
Nobody chose How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's the animated version. We also had Home Alone 2, Miracle on 34th Street. Could have taken Trading Places.
They made a Home Alone 3. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
different
It was
kid actor.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
You had Frosty the Snowman, Mickey's Christmas Carol. Nobody chose.
We didn't do Jingle All the Way. That movie's rough.
That's
yeah.
a rough movie. I saw that in the theater.
Oh, that movie's rough.
And then the one, it's kind of a Christmas movie. Have you ever seen Family Man with Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
Yes.
I actually love that movie.
It's a thinker.
It is a thinker. It's kind of like a newer version of It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, I
That's
can see
basically
that.
what it is. That's pretty much it. All right, well, we're going to post this up on the KVJ Show Facebook page. You can vote on who you think put together the best team by going on there and letting us know. And before the end of the show here today, we will wind up giving you the winner. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, apparently there was a lot of really personal information that was given out on KVJ TV. We were alerted to some of it. Some people caught it. I believe Virginia was a culprit, and I believe Jaybird was a culprit.
Yep.
Well, Virginia is not here today, and that's probably a good thing because yesterday she was giving out my personal information apparently on the show.
I will say, though, the way this person found out, they had to do a little bit of snooping and zooming in
Yeah.
and pausing.
Well, things can happen on KVJ TV because you can see us in here and the cameras are still running even when music and commercials are playing. And we might be doing some stuff and things might pop up on our phones. I know yesterday, Jaybird, during the After the Show podcast, when you had Denny's go on the beer run, people are like going, oh, I see Jaybird's credit card.
That's my debit card, first of all. That's
Yeah.
my big dog.
Yeah.
And my bank's online is down right now, so I can't even see if anyone stole anything from me. I
Oh,
gotta
geez.
go find an ATM somewhere.
So we're dealing with the honor code right now.
Y'all, audience, if you are a hacker, just be cool. It's
Right.
holiday time.
It don't take more than $5 out.
Please. come
Everybody
on.
can get $5.
No, stop it. One of these Johnny come latelys will do it.
That's all you're allowed. Everyone can take $5, no more. Be cool.
How did I do that? I was live on the air and I put it up against the camera.
I didn't even see. There was a flood of comments coming in. I just saw Jaybird's credit card.
Was it very visible?
It sounded like it.
How worried should I be?
From the text of, well, if somebody were that sinister, you're very worried. Yeah.
And of course, I can't get into my bank's email. Oh, man, it sucks.
And what is it that Virginia gave out of my personal information and how that happened?
She gave your cell phone number out. Someone sent me an Instagram message that said, hey, Virginia accidentally sent out Kevin's cell phone number. And I'm looking at the video. I go, what are you talking about? She emails me back and said, well, if you pause the video and then zoom in on Virginia's emails, you can see Kevin's phone number.
Okay.
I was like, whoa.
I was hoping Kevin wouldn't notice or the messages would not pour in, but we got quite a few messages. It was on an Insta story. Somebody had messaged me and asked me to take a video of Kevin and put the googly-eyed app on him because, you know, we make fun of Kevin's beady eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was putting the googly-eyed app on you on the Insta story. But as I did it, you know, I had for a brief second, the camera lens was on my email, which was open to an email from you. And in your signature, it had your cell phone.
Oh, right. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You could tell we were drinking on the podcast yesterday.
It got a little loose.
We'll lose.
Yeah. No, that's why you got to watch KVJ TV. You can rob us blind if you do.
And prank call us all night.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, you're right. The whole entire audience has all of my personal information. The only thing they're missing is my soc. And I'm sure I've given that out.
Oh, yeah. No, somebody actually called and going, do you guys realize what a hacker threat all of you are? Somebody's like, I got all your information easily. I'm like,
We're going on trust.
We're pretty exposed.
We're the hackers' favorite show.
Yeah, we trust our audience to hashtag be cool. That's it. We got a trust thing going on. Well, Virginia is at home, kind of in a little self-quarantine. She was with somebody on Saturday that tested positive for coronavirus. Now, Virginia has the antibody, so this is in an abundance of caution that we are doing this. But it does really, to me, bring up an interesting scenario that I think a lot of people are going to have to go through, maybe even all the way through 2021, and I don't know how much into the future. As you know, as soon as you get exposed to somebody, it's contact tracing and quarantining, right? Still going on, but nobody really seems to. Yeah, nobody really seems to know how to do this and how it's done. And I know there were some businesses that they set up their policies on coronavirus in March, and they haven't adapted it. It's like, nope, 14 days. If you are watching a TV show and they do a report on coronavirus, you need to stay home for 2 weeks. And you're like, wait, what? So there's a lot of inconsistencies with it. And so, Virginia, you're going to go and try to get a negative test today.
Yeah, me and my kids, just because I didn't want to, I don't want to take a risk.
What about anyone that shared limoncello with you out of a bottle yesterday? Should they be at all concerned?
I mean, for a host of reasons, COVID, one of many.
Yeah. So that's why you hear Virginia coming to us live from her closet.
Does it really sound bad? I feel like I'm so disjointed and annoying.
Let's lighter. Right? It sounds great, G.
No, you're good.
You sound fine.
You're fine. You're all right. Just kind of warming up. Tomorrow we are going to be all from our homes. We got the KVJ Virtual Holiday Happy Hour. It's going to be at 6 p.m. We're going to play some fun games, do a lot of festive holiday stuff, all brought to you by Peggy Adams Animal Rescue League. You can dial it up on the KVJ Show Facebook and YouTube channel tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Well, we got Virginia. She's hanging out in her closet right now. Interesting day. She's doing the self-quarantine thing. She ran into somebody on Saturday that's tested positive last night. So,
have you ever been in Queen Christmas's closet? It is something else.
People were watching it saying, wow, I'd love to have that closet.
If you want to really see, you got to check out the KVJ Virginia Cribs episode. We go in there and really explore it. Her closet's almost as big as my townhouse right now.
Wow.
It's a nice closet.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I mean, do you really need that many shoes, Kevin? You don't.
Virginia might argue with you.
You do. You need them for all different outfits, Jason.
She's got, I'm not kidding, like 300 pairs of shoes. I have 2.
Coming up here in a bit, we're going to get to producer Denny's Joke Jury. That is going to be coming up here in just a few, so hang on for that. Apparently, he's got some great Christmas-themed comedy going to be coming your way.
Ooh.
I'm sure, yeah. So we're looking forward to that. If you are struggling, a lot of people are, the holidays can be actually depressing and tough for a lot of people, and especially in 2020, can you only imagine? So if you want a little cheering up, here's a website that maybe you can go check out. It's the F My Life website. So it's people that have gone through their own little frustrations, and they try to put a spin on it and be able to laugh at the things that are going wrong in their life. And that's a lot of times what it is. It's just having the right perspective.
And misery loves company, too.
It does. Misery does love company. Somebody said on the FML site, they said, today my boss had called me into his office to show me the website of a potential business partner. When he began to type Virginia into Google, it auto-completed his search with his recent search for virgin boys.
Oh my gosh. That's like that one time at our old station, I walked into a production room and the guy that was using it before me left up his sex chat. You know where you're going back and forth?
Yes.
I'm reading it and I'm going, it was filthy. Even for the internet, it was filthy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never looked at him the same because I know what he was into.
They also put on their post, I have to go on a business trip with this guy tomorrow, and I'm a young dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you read that, once you know that about somebody, that's all you're going to think about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man, that can really do you in. Do not type into that Google search in front of somebody. You don't know what's going to come up. Somebody else put on the FML site, in a bid to avoid going to the dentist, my husband decided to have one of his drunk buddies pull his tooth out with pliers. Now he has to have surgery to remove the shards of tooth left rotting in his mouth, and it's going to cost thousands around the holidays. Thanks, babe. FML.
That makes my tummy flip. Ooh.
Boy, how frustrating would it be if your husband wound up having to get emergency dental work right around the holidays, huh?
It sounds terrible.
Sounds terrible. You'd probably be upset, wouldn't you, Virginia?
Oh, you'd probably be hot pissed. Thank God, though, we didn't try to take it out with pliers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
true.
just dumb. I mean, come on.
is.
But Panda, his tooth pain was so bad at one point, he wanted to take it out with pliers. That's how bad it was.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
You just want it out of your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. Somebody else wrote on the FML site, I found out my husband had a Pornhub account where he photoshops himself to look like a little girl. The worst part is he was wearing some of my maternity clothes in the pictures.
Wait, what?
What?
You don't really know. You really don't truly know somebody.
It changes your marriage. That changes your marriage.
Is that a deal breaker for you, Virginia? You find that's what Panda's doing?
And he likes pigtails?
I mean, I'm so far in it. I think I have to get into pigtails too.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
That's
very
commitment.
It's just amazing all Panda can do and he can't shake Virginia loose.
You're right.
There's no losing this gal.
You're screwed for life, buddy. Sorry.
No, you're in it. You're in it. Sorry.
How do you come back from that? If
It changes your marriage.
Well, especially if you had no idea that was your partner's kink.
It
and then you
opens
just
up a
find it
door
out.
that, you can't close that door once it's open. The knowledge is out. Somebody said, on my way out for a hot date, I found this gross strand of coarse hair beside my nipple, so I decided to snip it off with the scissors, but in my haste, I took the top of my nipple with it.
No! God. Oh, I can feel it in my nipples.
With Band-Aid in place, the hot date stayed pretty cool.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's terrible.
The tooth and the nipple.
Oh, that's terrible. Gosh, that's rough.
Did you grow back like a lizard? Or
I don't know what happens. I don't know, because then you would have one nipple that's higher than the other, wouldn't you?
It's not like a lizard's tail, Virginia.
That's going to look weird when you're laying down. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Oh, that is terrible.
I hate that story.
Wow. Somebody else wrote on the FML site, I saw a girl asking for money on the median of an entrance to a parking lot with her dog. Later, I came by and brought a box of dog treats for her. I drove up, I handed it to her, and she rolled her eyes and said, how the hell am I supposed to carry that? Okay, thanks. All right. Somebody else said, I told my unstable roommate that she needed to find a new place to live because I thought she was psychotic. She set my house on fire.
Oh, my gosh.
You were right.
Don't tell the psychotic roommate that you think they're psychotic. Just find another way to get them out. You can't divulge that information. And finally, on the FML site, somebody said, my grandma walked in on me while pleasuring myself, but without missing a beat, grandma says, all right, get cleaned up and go to bed. You got to go to work in the morning.
Grandma knows.
What? Get cleaned
Grandma,
up?
she's seen it all.
She's seen it.
Unfazed.
Grandma's been to the puppet show. She's seen the string.
Grandma completely unfazed. Another round of producer Denny's joke jury. He's written up the comedy. We are the judges. We'll let him know what's hitting, what is not hitting as we rate it out here for him. Any themes we're going with today, Denny's, by any chance?
Well, today is going to be a holiday-themed round of jokes for you guys.
Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Exciting stuff. Okay, what you got here for us today, Denny's?
Joke one. What Christmas song hit #1 on the Star Trek musical charts?
The Star Trek musical charts. I don't know. What was that?
Jingle Bell Spock.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, Spock.
Beam us up.
I can see the video right now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
playing well.
The Chuckies are going to love that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This one for the bird here. What did Frosty say to Jerry Maguire?
I don't know. What did Frosty say to Jerry Maguire?
Snow me the money.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
bad.
How about show me the funny?
Snow me the money.
Show me the funny.
Let's see here. Joke number 3. What did Eddie Vedder say when Santa thought he was a reindeer?
I don't know. What did Eddie Vedder say when he thought he was a reindeer?
Don't call me Donner.
Oh, my gosh.
Is that a daughter? Don't call me.
Don't call me Donner. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Okay.
Peach Tree.
Let it
All
marinate.
right, yeah. Okay.
Fourth joke. What type of Christmas ritual requires the blood of a goat?
Christmas, the blood of a goat. That sounds very pagan. I don't know what.
Santanic.
Okay, yes. Sounded a little evil.
Oh, yes. And final one for you guys. What do you call it when Santa Claus sends Mrs. Claus a naughty photo?
I don't know. What do you call it?
A Nick pic.
Oh, a Nick pic. Okay. Love it.
Home run, Josh.
Very nice.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, as you get closer to the holidays, some people are saying, wow, should I get rid of this person that I am with? Sounds like maybe the pandemic or just natural cheaters apparently are out there and exploring their options. I'd even seen, it was kind of crazy, that cheating website, Ashley Madison, for hooked up married people who want to cheat. They're saying that they're noticing that a lot of the people on their site, 40% who use Ashley Madison, are hoping to get the vaccine sooner rather than later, because that's apparently one way that you can get caught cheating. Is if you catch coronavirus, then the question comes up, well, where did you go that you got coronavirus?
Couldn't you just see went to Publix or the grocery store?
They could.
Nothing
But
against
that's
Publix,
just
of
it.
course.
It starts opening up those doors of, okay, who you've been spending time with and who's got it. And also, people are concerned as you're doing random hookups. Coronavirus is a new thing that people are worried about on top of the regular STDs.
I just don't know how. I mean, you could say, "Oh, baby, I got it at Walmart." You know what I mean? And how
The
would you?
STD?
Well, those Walmart warts.
Yes, I've come back with a nasty little case of a thing or two as well. Yeah. So we got some makeup or breakup emails here. I've condensed them down a little bit just to get a quicker answer from you guys. One email that we got basically says, I've been dating an awesome guy for almost a year, and I was in a bar with some friends when a girl approached me and accused me of stealing her fiance. I was a little taken aback, but I avoided a serious confrontation with her. But then when I asked my boyfriend about it, he did admit that he was engaged to another girl when we had met. And he only ended his engagement 3 months ago, which means that for 3 months of our relationship, he was engaged to another girl. Not sure how I feel about this.
Well, I know how I feel about that. Dump the pig.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Sounds like he was kind of
Double
moving out of one, and he was double dipping, and he wasn't. It's almost like he was kicking the tires on a new ride while he was still making sure that he wanted to trade in the old model.
And they were engaged?
Yeah.
Oh hell no! You need to run from this guy.
I would think so as well. I've just kind of heard that. That's a lot of times that's a pattern that repeats itself. If he's not respecting an engagement, I know it's not an actual marriage, but it's close.
There was 3 months ago, and there was overlap there.
3 months, yeah, worth. Virginia, you in, you out. Make up or break up for you.
I'm out because I've been through this. I was dating somebody for like 4 or 5 months, and I was at his place, and the phone would ring, and they would hang up. And I'd be like, that's weird. The phone would ring, I would answer it, they would hang up. And then like 4 months later, when I caught him cheating, I ended up having a long conversation with her.
Ooh.
And she was actually very nice and very accommodating because I was pissed. And come to find out, he never broke up with her. He just kind of strung her along while he was dating me for the first few months. So it's a character flaw. He's a pig. Dump him.
Okay.
Did you go ATW with this guy? All the way?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So he was double
He was
dipping.
going back and wow, Virginia.
Yeah, it was bad. And I caught him actually hanging out with her, looking at the intercoastal, and he was trying to put the moves on her. And she was like, wait, don't you have a girlfriend? And he's like, ah. Rah, rah, rah.
Oh.
Well, did they definitely slept together too?
They did before he and I got together, but she didn't sleep with him anymore after she knew about me. She knew about me the whole time. I didn't know about her.
Wow.
Dang.
Pig, pig, pig.
Thank you for telling your story, Virginia.
To this day, her name was Danielle, and I think she was a very honorable woman for telling me the details so I could make a smart decision. If you're out there, Danielle, thank you.
That's kind of weird. I wonder if she does listen to the show, because now that I give the details of this story, I know what you're talking about. I'd imagine she wanted to tune in to hear what you had to say, right?
I don't know. I don't know. This is so many years ago, but I mean, it's one of those things where we as women can stick together and bust these guys. It's not the other woman's fault that your man is a pig. He was running shady games and lying to everybody. And if we as women can help each other out, we can stop this kind of behavior of men.
There's that anthem.
Yeah, but women cheat
like
on
we need
men
to play
too.
Fight song now.
Yeah, women cheat on men too, Virginia. It's not always about the men cheating on women. People cheat on people. Hurt people hurt people.
All right, whatever.
She's always got to find a way to make it always men that always cheat.
I'm sorry for making it personal.
What about this makeup or breakup here? They've been together for a year, and I just found out that he has been using Tinder to sext randoms. The messages are filthy. I confronted him about it, and he promised to stop. Do you think he will?
No, he's dead. You're over with. Done. Move on to the next guy. You don't need that crap in your life.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a dirtbag. Virginia, you moving on?
Definitely.
Okay. This email had said, I've been with my boyfriend for almost 2 years. Last week he came to me suggesting a threesome with a stranger. I said no, and he seemed okay with that, but now I just can't stop wondering whether he's really happy.
Break up with him.
Yeah, he's not happy.
Wallace Pennington is out on all of them.
He just threw it out there to see if it'd stick, and he's like, oh, okay, I just wanted to see if you'd be into it.
You need to make sure when you throw out a threesome to somebody that they're into threesomes, because if they're not, they're going to be like, you're a jerk. You're thinking about other people than me?
So if you don't know for sure, how do you even ever test the waters on that?
There's ways you could probably do it. That's
Really?
not the way.
Okay.
And I think
you watch like Three's Company?
No. I think if you're with someone intimately for a while, you're going to eventually get to a point of your desires. It just sounds like he just cold turkeyed her. Hey, let's have a threesome.
He's like, you ever thought about doing a threesome?
No.
No, me neither.
You better know for sure when you ask that question.
Okay, what do you think about this one? I'm in a serious enough relationship where we've discussed starting a family and buying a house together, and then he comes to me asking for a load of money to help him get out of debt. He's pleading with me as he's in danger of going bankrupt. Now, I don't know what to do about the loan and even about our future together. Does it make up or break up for you? You like a guy, but then you find out he's really terrible with money and he's in a ton of debt, and he's coming to you who's got the cash to try to bail him out. Is this a massive red flag?
It's a massive red flag.
Yes.
But
is it a deal breaker?
You know, for me personally, how much do I love that person? Am I in mad love with this person? Because then maybe we can look through some things, but I don't know, man. It's just tough.
Well, I think the tough part about this, if you don't give him the money, the relationship's probably over, right?
I've heard enough. We're out.
Yeah. Because I don't know if they'd be cool.
How hot are they? And how much debt are we talking about? I need a dollar figure.
Okay.
And you really got to love that person.
Yeah.
I mean, you should usually love the person you're with.
You probably should. So there you go. A little bit of insight there. How we would handle it. If you've got a question about your relationship for a little makeup or breakup, just send us that email. mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. Well, our Little Smiles holiday toy drive is going on right now, and the demand is absolutely greater than it's ever been here in 2020. You can imagine why. Our charity does so much to help kids in area hospitals and shelters, and it's really kind of cool to talk to the families themselves. Emma, a beautiful little girl, is one of our Little Smiles kids, and we've got her mom, Ashley, on with us right now. Hello, Ashley.
Hi.
You know, when we're talking about doing the Little Smiles toy drive, we thought that it would be great to talk to a mom, and especially somebody that's seen on the front lines, to let our audience know exactly what Little Smiles does. And your daughter, Emma, was one of our stars, and you've really seen...
At the Stars Ball.
Yes, at the Stars
so
Ball.
Beautiful.
So you've seen a lot of Little Smiles. So can you let our audience know, who hasn't seen what Little Smiles does, when you have a child that is going through what Emma went through, what they do and how they help out?
Yes, so just a little background. Emma had leukemia, and for about 3 years, she was in active treatment. I am a single mom, and I have 3 little girls, and I am their sole provider. her nurses nominated her for the Stars Ball, and then all of a sudden, like, Little Smiles just completely took over and helped us in ways that, like, I'll never be able to repay. Like, one of your volunteers, Kelly, came to our house on Christmas Eve. She brought over, like, a treasure trove of presents for the girls for Christmas.
Aww.
Emma had the most amazing time at Stars Ball. She was treated like a celebrity, the red carpet, the whole nine. There was a guy, like, painting this amazing picture, and he put her in it, like, walking up, like, the grand staircase.
Yes.
It was so amazing.
That picture still hangs up in the lobby at Little Smiles. It's gorgeous.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
And she totally loved Jason interviewing her on the red carpet.
Love it.
She has that picture in a frame that actually Little Smiles gave us in her room.
Aww.
They invited the whole family, our whole family, to Lion Country Safari. My girls got to feed the giraffes. Like, things like this, like, people don't understand is such a big deal to a single mom. Like, I wasn't even working at the time.
Oh, wow.
So we were on government assistance to feed them. So I couldn't take them to Lion Country Safari.
Sure.
Like, cancer destroyed everything. Like, we were struggling big. And then, here I am at Lion Country Safari, and Emma's getting this beautiful dress and getting her hair done, and she's doing the Stars Ball, and then Christmas Eve, and they're giving presents. And then it didn't stop there. Like, a few years ago, for the boat parade, we were given VIP passes to come and see the boat parade. And we weren't on food stamps anymore. We could afford to buy things. So the girls got to pick out a present to give back to Little Smiles at the boat parade. Like, it got to come full circle. Like, they got to pick out little toys to give to the kids.
Mm-hmm. That is awesome.
Memories that we wouldn't have had without Little Smiles. And we were invited to that 2 years in a row. And then the best one for me, in my opinion, besides the Stars Ball, was Bamboozle.
Yes.
I was called by another one of your volunteers and offered a 4-pack so that we could go to Bamboozle. And that's an adults-only event. And for me, that was just so awesome because I got to do something for me. It's just, I always hear you guys, like, doing the Stars Ball and doing the presents, and I think, man, no one really knows how much more they do. So then when Little Smiles reached out to me to do an interview, I was like, yes, because I have so many more things I can say that they have done for us and amazing memories that we have because they stepped in and invited us as a family to do all of these wonderful things. It goes way beyond presents.
Well, and that's why for anybody listening right now, if you make any donation right now to Little Smiles, these are the things that your money is going to go towards. And, like you'd said, Virginia, is the people who are on the board, they're not taking a salary. So this is the money that's coming in. It's going right to doing all these experiences and getting these gifts and making all this great stuff happen for these kids. And it's so easy to donate. You just text Little Smiles to 44321. Any amount works, $5, $10. If you could do more, if you have a business that has a ton of money and they're looking to unload $10,000, please make that happen.
Yeah, everything is tax deductible. So if you want to make a donation, it's tax deductible. It's the end of the year. It's perfect timing. You can make beautiful memories for children like Emma and her mom, Ashley. And these are memories that'll last a lifetime for a well-deserving family.
And if she does listen to this, I want her to know that we are her friends and we love her.
Yes.
Oh, I will let her listen.
Ashley, thank you so much for coming on and doing a great job telling the story today of Little Smiles.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Got some Grinches out there, man. Somebody in the UK stole a family's Grinch decoration from outside their home. Wait, a Grinch stole the Grinch?
That ain't cool.
That is not cool, man. Not cool. And there's somebody else in New York that kept stealing a family's decorations 3 different times, and they caught him on camera every single time he's stealing their decorations. Wow. Not cool. The heck?
What's the time you go to jail for something like that? If it's under 500, you probably just get a little slap in the wrist.
About that, yeah. Petty theft, that kind of
ain't
stuff.
cool.
Petting.
They should add on something else too, because I feel like you're committing more than just
It's a crime
stealing.
against Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how they have hate crimes? It should be a crime against Christmas.
That's right. You got to be careful of the people looking for packages right now, because the packages are, what do they call them?
Porch pirates.
Porch pirates.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Somebody went viral last week. They like pooped in a box and left it out there, and somebody stole it within like 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's what you get.
It is, yeah. Two guys broke into a house in Ontario, Canada on Friday night and said the people inside owed them money. But then they figured out they're in the wrong house, so they apologized and even offered to pay for the damages. That's a Canadian burglar for you, isn't it? They're so nice, those Canadians. The cops still wound up arresting both of the guys on several different charges. So. Police in Australia have busted a table tennis match fixing ring, and apparently there was gambling going on as well.
So?
It's table tennis, man. And I thought in Australia, no rules, right?
Wait, hold on. I'm confused. People are betting on ping pong?
Yeah, they were fixing matches and they were betting on them.
They're taking dives.
Yeah, taking dives in the ping pong world. There's a big ping pong scandal down under.
Speaking of ping pong, I hope you're listening over there to Cuesta. I'm thinking about getting a ping pong table, and I want a piece of the witch.
Oh, I'll be happy to come over to your house and kick your ass in ping pong like I did at Bradley's.
But I know, though, the one thing, because when I was a little kid, we had a ping pong table. This dude's going to have so many smashed ping pong balls all over the place.
Yeah, I will.
We always had a hard time finding a ball that actually worked. They always had dents in them or something else.
I want the witch, Kevin.
Okay. A 39-year-old man was bitten on his hand and arm by a shark right off Siesta Key, and then he got out of the water and started walking home. And he was bleeding profusely, they say.
That's a man.
That is a man.
By the time he got home, the woman at the residence was so alarmed she called 911. They took him to a local hospital there. Crazy.
Cool story, though. If you live and you're okay, shark bite's a great story. I would love to get bit by a shark and not die.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, and not lose any limbs.
Right, yeah.
Just bite me in my butt.
he did. I mean,
bite me right in my right cheek.
Yeah, that's where you want it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, go for the tushy.
Go for the tushy. I don't really have an ass anyway, so I'm not going to be missing anything.
Okay.
Can you afford to lose any more of it?
Yeah.
I really can't.
Yeah.
Have it bite you in your balls.
You're right. I might not even feel that thing.
The shark might choke. Can't get it down. An 8.5-foot long exotic snake got caught in Lehigh Acres. It was a Colombian red-tailed boa, and apparently it's not your typical snakes you find slithering around Florida. So they figured it was probably somebody's pet that somebody either let loose or somehow it escaped from a reptile shop. They took it to an exotic animal rescue, but the thing was 60 pounds and over 8.5 feet long. That's crazy. A 24-year-old woman from Russia who's sexually attracted to objects says that she's now married her briefcase.
Yeah, these stories fascinate me. There's that one woman who has a full-on relationship with a building wall. Another one that's dating a tree.
Okay.
It happens.
They do,
It's a real thing.
There's a name for it.
It is.
Yeah.
Something philia.
Yeah? Philia.
Moronophilia.
Did you hear that Taco Bell is bringing back their nacho fries for a limited run on Christmas Eve?
Taco Bell, you annoy me.
Okay, not digging that, huh?
I do. I like the fries, but I don't get the change of the menu.
Would that make a great stocking stuffer?
You know me. I love cold food.
Would nacho fries hold overnight? So you dig your hand in your stocking and you pull out a handful of nacho fries?
You know I would eat that.
Okay, just checking. And Krispy Kreme's gingerbread donuts are now back in stores. You want that? If that speaks to you.
The gingerbread's it's a weird flavor. Not everyone does it the right way.
Yeah, it is. It is. I remember when I was a little fat kid too. I saw a gingerbread house, and I'm fat. I just couldn't resist. Tore into it, and I didn't realize the whole thing was glued together. It was terrible.
It's food art.
Gingerbread was hard. The gumdrops were. I mean, it ruined everything. I'm like, this is just the worst thing ever.
I get the excitement.
You're
like, oh my gosh, a cookie house?
Well, you're taunting fat kids is what you're doing. You know, a fat kid can't resist that. I ate it. What are 3 items that you will always have in your refrigerator?
Cheese, definitely.
Okay.
I'll always have barbecue sauce.
Okay.
And I'll always have some type of a Danish.
Okay.
I mean, it would be very
any
rare.
kind of Danish.
Yes.
Okay. It might speak to you. That's one of our random questions we got for you coming up next. Okay, got some random questions here for you. What are 3 items that you'll always have in your refrigerator? I think this is one of those questions that you could find out a lot about a person based on whatever their answer is going to be. Jaybird, you said barbecue sauce.
Cheese, and some kind of a desserty item.
You said a Danish.
Like a Danishy, yeah.
Now, could you get 2 with 1 by having a cheese Danish?
Ooh, does that mean I get another option there?
Yeah.
And I usually have some type of flavored drink. It's very rare for me not to have a flavored drink.
Yeah, I got you. You know, for me, it would be some kind of no sugar soda. Probably the Zevia ginger ale that I have, because that mixes well with vodka. Hello. I love to have that in the fridge. I usually have some kind of one of my ideal nutrition meals. Got to have one of those so I can pop in. I have always got something to eat. Our refrigerator is pretty bare because that's all I have is a drawer full of those.
Believe me, I know. I've been to your place before.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on in there.
Get a lot of water.
We do.
That's awesome.
We do. We got so many different options on water.
That ginger ale you're talking about, do you get that? Is that what you said, ginger ale?
It's a Whole Foods brand, yeah.
I thought so. I do not like that ginger ale. Gosh.
Yeah, because there's no sugar. It's the stevia.
Stevia is awful, dog.
And I think it's a good sugar substitute.
But I mean, you know what sugar does to your body?
Do you know what stevia does to your taste buds?
I'll take it on the taste buds rather than the bod.
Some of us like flavor in life.
Yeah. So it's a trade-off, my man. It's the trade-off.
Oh, I'll be dead within 5 years.
Yeah. Probably the other thing is I like a little meat snack. We either fry up a lot of bacon or we'll do some pepperoni. So
look at you, you're a little Roni guy.
Yeah.
Well, the keto Kev, yeah, that's kind of like a little cheat for me is having a little fun meat snack.
Would you peg Kev as a pepperoni guy
or a bacon guy?
No, I don't see it.
Yeah. Body runs on fat these days, not carbs.
Oh, you've changed so much.
I have. I know, a different dude.
Bacon though.
It's good.
Oh, jeez.
Bacon is fantastic. Love it.
I love the way it smells.
Oh, it's so good.
I think I would date a woman that smelled like great bacon. Or would that get kind of old after a while?
I don't think it would.
All right, I'm in.
Okay. 3 items you always have to have in your fridge, Denny's.
So I always have ketchup at all times. I always have a lot of condiments, really, because I'm kind of like Kevin, where my fridge is pretty bare.
This is the question, because is it necessary? A lot of condiments, and I almost said Cholula, but I'm like, you don't have to keep Cholula in the fridge, so don't waste, one of your items on a condiment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, barbecue sauce. I think you have to refrigerate that, don't you?
Well, mayonnaise, something like that, you do. But if it doesn't have like milk, egg based or something like that, I don't know that you really need to refrigerate a lot of your condiments.
Well, think about like your ketchups and your mustards and your barbecue sauce.
They sit on tables
they do.
in sports bars.
Yeah, you're right. I never even thought about it.
You never see a jar of mayo.
You're right. Yeah. Jeez. All right. So if that's the case,
can I reel mine back in? Because
you had barbecue sauce. Yeah, you kind of wasted one on that.
I'm putting it back in the cupboard.
Okay.
And I'm gonna I also always have. I always have bread
in the fridge.
No, I don't. What am I doing? I'm ruining the game.
You're totally blowing it.
I always have
table salt.
I always have frozen pizza.
Okay.
That's the freezer.
Freezer. Because I always got popsicles.
Oh, you're missing the mark. You're just shooting all around the target.
Dude, it's almost the end of the year. I'm just trying to get through this thing.
It's really extended this conversation.
I really have. Don't read the comments, Bird. They're not good.
Okay, I'm going to move on to another question.
I'll move on. You know what? I'm too in that question.
Okay, yeah. Blowing your mind. What was the best thing that happened to you yesterday? Just a random. What would you say was your highlight yesterday? Throw out one thing. For me, it was National Signing Day yesterday for college football, and my favorite team had a very good class and signed all the players that they thought they were going to, and it was drama-free, and so that was my highlight. I was pumped about that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Chewy took his oral medication with no problem, and it didn't turn into this 30-minute thing.
Okay.
There's some days he eats it right away, and then there's some days where I'm like, oh, dude,
Not
please,
doing it.
Please, I'm running late.
Yeah.
He ate it quickly, and it was awesome.
That was the highlight, huh?
That was the highlight, which shows you
Spilling that Slurpee all over the 7-Eleven wasn't your highlight?
I had a rough day yesterday. You're right. When the best part of your day is when your dog eats his medication, you gotta make some changes.
Gotta live a little. Denny's, what did you like that gave you your best day yesterday?
Well, so I got a refrigerator given to me from a friend.
Yeah.
And it's a very nice fridge. So I replaced my old fridge. So I put my old fridge out at the street and I taped the word free on it.
Yeah.
And I was like afraid somebody wouldn't take it, you know?
Yeah.
It was gone in 9 minutes.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
9 minutes. I went back inside to do cat litter, came back out, and the fridge was gone. I was worried it was going to rain. Oh,
People are just wait. My wife has turned into one of these like garbage pickers, and my neighbors. I don't know what it is. They're putting ceiling fans and couches and everything else out in the corner. I don't know if it's in December you do this, but she's bringing all kinds of garbage home.
Back in Lake Park,
does she have a refrigerator?
we would play a game.
Probably does. I need to go home and check. I probably have your fridge in my house.
We'd play a game, put stuff out by the trash to see how long someone would take it, and always, if it was anything, whether it was just a little piece of furniture or even if it was clothing, it would be gone in under 10 minutes every single time.
Yeah, it is. It goes real fast.
Well, it just shows you people are just driving around looking for stuff.
They do.
They do.
Some people make a career out of it. Some people are smart about it. They'll refurbish it and then resell it and actually make money.
My sister does that.
Yeah.
Tina, she'll buy old crappy furniture and then refurbish it and then turn a profit on it.
What living famous person would you like to become for a year? Living famous person would you like to become for a year? I'd be fascinated to see what it's like to live the life of Jeff Bezos, richest dude on the planet. It's got a lot of things going on. How busy is he? How's he running around? What's going on? But then I actually could probably ruin the Amazon empire in 1 year. You give me a year, I could definitely bring that thing down.
I'm going with give me Judge Judy for a day.
It's a whole year.
Or give me Judge Judy for a year.
Yeah.
Give her to me.
Yeah, you'd be her.
That would be fun.
But you got to also have those kind of quips.
Let's do it. I'm
okay.
Judge Judy. Is that dumb? It's dumb, right? I gotta go to bed. I didn't sleep.
Your fridge answer was better.
I hate this segment.
That's hard to say.
It's a hard question.
Well, because it'd be kind of cool to pick somebody that's contentious just to see how bad they get it all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Somebody that's worldwidely hated. Because you're only for a year. You're just an experiment.
That would be kind of tough, though, living a year in that. And you wonder they put on a front, but then when they go home, are they completely sad with how much people hate them?
Well, I say you could be a Jake Paul or something.
But here's the thing about the Paul brothers. They don't care that they're douchey, that they're getting hate. They love it. They love it.
A majority of their fans actually love them. I don't get it, but
you're right.
My son loves them.
They're so rough.
Well, it's weird because they had all these little kid fans, and then they made the transition into adult content. So now they always have these porn stars on their podcast.
Oh, really?
When half their audience is kids listening.
Oh,
so
I got to check that out.
They got a bit of an identity crisis. Oh, yeah. If Cannon's listening to the show Impulsive, you need to watch out. That's very adult.
Impulsive.
Impulsive.
Okay. Just to make sure you didn't miss that.
That's terrible.
It's awful. I'd probably pick Elon Musk just because he's on the forefront of going into space. I feel like being into that, just seeing the new process, because we had NASA and they did things their way. If you watch how they're doing them now, the space launches are much different.
Yeah.
And the piece that usually just falls in the ocean now, given the last one had a little bit of a defect, but it returns back to the thing.
It's crazy,
it's
isn't it? It's changing the world. Okay, that's not bad either. And final random question here. What is your favorite SNL skit of all time?
That's tough.
No, the question would be, is it like an ongoing where it's a skit, or I think it's just one individual skit?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I don't find SNL very funny these days.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a lot of their produced stuff that's not political is, I think, can be funny.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I mean, I was a big Adam Sandler fan. I love Chris Farley.
Mm-hmm.
The Chippendales Chris Farley skit's pretty solid.
With Patrick Swayze, that is up there.
It's in my top. Cowbell's up there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a super iconic one.
Mm-hmm. Those are all good. I remember Dana Carvey did one, and I don't think it was ever that popular, but I do remember laughing out loud. He was Severe Head Wound Harry, and he had this big thing where he was just forgetting things, and he had this massive gash on his head. And I remember he laid down on the couch because he was getting dizzy. And they had a dog in the skit, and the dog came over and started eating the thing that he had on his head. And it was great. That to me was to me that was the greatest era of Saturday Night Live.
There was another one where all the dudes were making out in the sketch, and every time you hear this music, you knew the guys were about to kiss, and it ended with this puppet-looking dog with its tongue hanging out, and the dog puts his head up, and you hear the music go, "Oh, they all make out with the dog." It was weird.
Okay.
What about
funny.
caffeinated flavor crystals with Chris Farley, where he freaks out?
That's good.
That's a good one.
Keep in mind too, the original Hanukkah song by Adam Sandler was done on Weekend
SNL.
Update, and it was,
it became iconic.
You're right. That could be number one. All right, got a suggestion you want to throw in there? You can hit us up, 877-979-WRMF. Also, we got another Stella Artois prize pack. They're going to be one of our sponsors for the KVJ virtual holiday happy hour tomorrow night at 6 p.m. on the YouTube and Facebook channels. And we're going to do another round of holiday match game. You can call us up, match up with somebody that we got here in the studio, and if you can get 1 out of 3 correct, you got that Stella Artois prize pack. Who do you want to match up with? 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. You can hit us up here on the KVJ Show.
Did you miss an episode of the KVJ Show? No worries. Find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or kvjshow.com.
People in the chat room talking about their favorite Saturday Night Live skit. Somebody said The Lunch Lady. Remember that? That was a great one as well.
Love it.
That was a good era, the one with Sandler. And
that was my favorite time.
Yeah.
Spade, Sandler, Farley.
Yeah.
He even had some Phil Hartman in there.
Rob Schneider?
Rob Schneider. I actually liked Rob Schneider.
He had a great skit. Remember the one where if you touched him, he's like, oh.
He was a major player. He had a bunch of characters. He had Mick and Capes.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. He's in town. He's going to be at the Improv tonight. Palm Beach Improv.
He was Tiny Elvis. That was a good one. He was. That was a skit.
Oh, that's funny, really?
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was just what you called him.
That's why I called him that, because he was in that sketch.
Ah, okay. There you go. Well, if you love Rob Schneider.
He's in town, huh?
Yeah, he's at the Improv through Saturday.
Rob, if you are listening, we'd love to talk to you. There's no Virginia.
You're right. This would be a great time for her to come in right now. You'd actually come in to love and fun. Yeah, no, Virginia had to bolt off to go get her COVID test. She was around somebody that had it on Saturday. She's got the antibodies, but she's just double checking. So we'll find out on that coming up here. It's just kind of a mess, honestly, those things. And these are the things that are going to happen. Somebody texted in earlier and says, yeah, I work in HR, and this has been wreaking havoc on employees who want to return to work. Is you have somebody, even if you've had the vaccine, okay, what happens if you've been around somebody that had COVID? Because it's 95% effective, they say. And that would still give, I guess, a 5% window that you could get it. So
I'm thinking positive over here, positive K, positive J. But if she does test positive, that means tomorrow's a wash.
I don't know. It's how you look at it. Like I said, if it happened to my wife, it could happen to her. And my wife, 3 months later, tested positive for coronavirus. Even though she had the antibodies, and she had no symptoms or anything, and her doctor's like, it's just picking up fragments of the virus. That's what it is. So you can, for 6 months later, still test positive. So, yeah, it still could be wreaking havoc. Somebody who does HR said, yes, it's wreaking havoc on us. The CDC says that an exposed person can return to work after a negative test, but they recommend negative tests every 72 hours during the first 14 days following exposure. I mean, going out to get a test every day?
Well, I know a girl
for 14 days.
I know a girl who tested positive for corona, and then she tested negative. She got through it, and her job would not let her back until she produced 2 negative tests.
That's what my wife says too. Yeah, 2 negative. So yeah, I guess it'd be every other day for 14 days. So 7 more times, 6 to 7 more times you'd have to go out and get tested.
Well, I mean,
during that time.
When is she going to find out her answer?
I don't know. She's apparently going to get the test like right now. So we'll find out.
We have such a fun day planned for tomorrow.
Yeah. That's right. You're doing keg stands and all kinds of good stuff.
I don't know. I got to talk to COVID Connie now to see if she's because she was going to be the person that Virginia was going to be the one that would get it. I was going to buy it. She was going to get it. I can't lift anything right now.
Right, yeah. That definitely break your back.
Corona Christmas party.
Yeah. Well, so you can still do the KVJ virtual holiday happy hour because you can still do it from Tequesta. We're going to be plugged in from our homes tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
There is a percentage of people that think there's a Pink Lies Part 2 going on. This is coming from management. This isn't Virginia's call.
Yeah, that's just where their comfort level is. But to let you know that a lot of businesses have that policy that. So what happens? Even if you are a vaxxer and even if you have the antibodies, if you're around somebody in a day or two or three, or in Virginia's case, 5 days later, test positive for COVID, you're sitting at home from work.
If you had a chance to get the vaccine right now, would you?
And everybody else had it and all that kind of stuff?
No, you're one of the first people to get it. Would you?
No, I don't need it right now, and I've already had it, so I got the antibody. So I've already said I'm at the end of the line.
Well, that's what it doesn't make any sense. Virginia's been walking around puff-chested. I got the antibodies.
Yeah, well, the vaccine is a 95% coverage. I don't know what the antibodies is, and I don't know that they actually even know that yet. So what kind of coverage do I have? It may not be all the way to 95%, but I do have, they believe, at least a good bit of coverage on getting the COVID again. But who knows? We're all still trying to figure it out 9 months later. We got Lori on here. She's trying to pick up a Stella Artois prize pack. They're going to be a part of the KVJ Virtual Holiday Happy Hour tomorrow night in the KVJ match game. I believe you would like to match up with Jaybird. Is that right, Lori?
Yes.
I love it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I am going to give you a fill-in-the-blank question. Got to give Jaybird time to write down his answer. He's going to show it to us, and then you tell us what you think Jaybird would write here. So you got to get in Jaybird's mind and answer like you think Jaybird would. Okay, Lori?
Oh, my gosh. Jason, let's connect mentally right now.
Okay, I'm connecting with you. I can feel this.
Link up.
We need this.
Okay, here you go. First question in the holiday match game. Stoney the Elf made sure to pack Santa's blank with something to help him be jolly. Okay. Jaybird, write something down there. Okay, he's got it. Lori, what do you think Jaybird wrote down?
I'm thinking like Virginia, and I want to say butt.
Butt?
Santa's butt with something to help him be jolly. Jaybird, let's see what you wrote down.
I put bong, not butt.
Bong.
Oh, I should have known.
Okay.
Oh, darn it.
Okay, that's all right. You got
I was channeling Virginia.
Yeah, well, that's right. Jaybird and Virginia linked up. You've got 3 chances to get one right. Here's the second one. All right, holiday match game. Mrs. Claus said, Santa gets so tired delivering toys on Christmas Eve that he didn't even blank me until Easter. Okay. What is in the blank there? Jaybird is writing something down here. Santa gets so tired delivering toys on Christmas Eve that he didn't even blank me until Easter. Okay, what do you think? Radio friendly here, Lori. What is in the blank there?
I want to say sexy time.
Sexy time. Okay, we'll take a variation of that. Jaybird?
Bone.
Bone.
Sexy time.
I don't know. Suits.
That's.
We take bone. Suits is saying no.
Would we have taken
It's he wants a matchup on the word.
Okay,
yeah.
no problem.
Yeah, he's a stickler in there.
We were robbed.
Yeah, well, suits is tough. Okay, you got one more here. Okay, let's see if we can't do this one here. Holiday match game, third and final chance. The real reason Jaybird has a big smile on his face on Christmas is because he is actually blank. Okay, what do you think about this? The real reason Jaybird has a big smile on his face on Christmas is because he is actually blank. What is Jaybird writing down there? The real reason he has a big smile on his face is actually blank. All right, you got it, Bird?
Got
okay. Lori, what do you think Jaybird wrote down here for the match game?
This is a toss-up, but I'm going to go with drunk.
Buzz drunk. I mean, it's...
Suits is going to take that one. Suits likes it, and we're going to take it as an answer, and that means you've got the Stella Artois prize pack. Got some beer in there, got some snacks, and you got some swag, okay?
Awesome. Thank you. I love you guys. You're my favorite.
Oh, we love you too, Lori. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Okay, make sure you dial us up tomorrow. We got the KVJ virtual holiday happy hour going to be happening on your Facebook and YouTube. Just look for the KVJ Show at 6 p.m. We will be there, and thank you very much to Brown Distributing for the prize pack. You are encouraged to drink responsibly by Brown Distributing this holiday season. Okay, if you're a parent, how would you handle this situation going on with this mom here? She wants to know, should I cancel Christmas? My kid's been real bad. She said in her email she sent to us, I was cleaning my 7-year-old son's room the other day, and I noticed some money under his mattress when I made his bed. I typically keep all the money he makes doing chores, so I know how much he has, and I know I did not give him this much money. He was hesitant to tell me where he got the money when I asked him, until I told him that I was going to be calling Santa to cancel Christmas, until he told me the truth. Well, at that point, he confessed that he knows where they put the money at church after they collect the offering in his youth room. He's going to be giving back all of the money with 10% interest and offering an apology to the youth leader. Now I am torn. My son did tell me the truth, but the truth was worse than I thought it was going to be. The kid stole from a church. Do I cancel Christmas? I mean, my kid has been stealing from baby Jesus. Just say that out loud. My son robbed baby Jesus. Do I cancel Christmas?
So I think you can punish your kid pretty harshly for this one, because this is big. You can't steal, especially from a church.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of canceling Christmas. I think you can still celebrate Christmas. You can show your kid that you can screw up and you can be forgiven, but there's still consequences. I say outside of Christmas, every other day, there's punishment. There's no electronics. But for that one day, Christmas, we can have Christmas, and then the punishment starts right back on the 26th.
Okay, still comes around.
Canceling Christmas is just so over the top, in my opinion.
It will be something that it would stick with him. He would
I think
likely remember the year that nothing came from Santa for Christmas.
You want him to get the lesson. And not wreck them at the same time. I think you can teach the kid a lesson, the kid can learn something, get the punishment, and still have Christmas.
Okay. Are you canceling Christmas if your kid stole from baby Jesus? 877-979-WRMF. You can sound off now, parents.
It's more of the KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
Well, it sounds like the kid is going to be spared. He was taking some money from the offering at his church's youth group, and his mom found it under his mattress. He was honest and told her what had happened, but she's just like, oh my gosh, do I need to cancel Christmas on this kid now? There's several different comments going on in the chat room. Basically, people are thinking, still celebrate Christmas, but have the kid volunteer at a soup kitchen or something like that and let him realize how good he has it. That's what Jeff had to say there in the chat room.
Exactly.
Yeah, teach a lesson, make it a teachable moment on something like that. It is Christmas after all. And, the kid's, 7, I think she'd said. So it's kind of crazy that he was swapping some money out at that point. Got to keep an eye on that kid.
You want to probably have maybe a message from Santa?
Possibly.
Heart to heart?
Yeah. I think there are some ways you can get Santa to make that call.
Sometimes Santa's got to be tough. It's called tough love, youngster.
You're right. There is room for redemption, but yeah, you got to learn a lesson. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we'll check in with the KVJ Draft. We picked out the best Christmas movies and specials, and we had a Jewish kid in it. How did he fare? Suits has been winning week after week. Did he actually win this and he knows none of the specials? Well, we did the KVJ Draft today for the best Christmas movies and specials. It's all about the order that you get. I've gotten last the last couple of weeks, and I got last in the draft again today.
You did?
Yeah, I did. You know what? I thought I'd be cute. And I didn't have, this is one of those ones where when you pick last, I miss out on the 4 best, and they were off the board quick. So I went with Die Hard. I thought I'd be cute with that. Then there wasn't much left by my second pick, so I went with the Grinch. And then the Hail Mary I threw was the Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, and nobody apparently likes that.
Yeah, it wasn't the best choice. We love that we love that show, me and Virginia, that special.
Yeah.
We didn't even pick it because we knew.
Yeah, it was a bloodbath. I got 4 votes. Should have gone with Santa Claus. That might have won a few more, but I still don't think I was going to win it. I was out of the game by the time everybody picked everything else. So we got some solid picks in here. Denny's finished next to last. Next to me, he went with The Christmas Story, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Scrooge. I think Christmas Story was strong. I think the other two.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. We don't get any love for Scrooge for some reason. With the Bill Murray?
Yeah, it was, and I watched it maybe 2 years ago. It's okay.
I don't know, man. That's a funny movie.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't love it.
All right.
Because there's a lot of other better ones out there, I think. Finishing in third place today, Jaybird.
Rats.
With Elf, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and Gremlins.
I lost it at Gremlins.
I think Gremlins...
It brought me down a grade.
It's debatable as to whether or not that's even...
It's one of those cute... I was running out of movies, too. I needed to throw a Hail Mary up there.
So it's between Virginia and Suits. Now, Suits is Jewish and, never grew up on any of these things.
He's always one or two in this game.
He is.
He's the best one at this game.
He does a solid... Yeah, he really is. There's an art form to it. And he won last week, and he won this week.
Wow.
A Jewish kid just won our best Christmas movies and specials. Terrible. That's unbelievable.
Small town Jewish kid from Broward.
Yeah, he really is. Small town Parkland kid, and look what he does. He comes in here and shows off all these kids who grew up with all the Christmas specials. Suits won with Home Alone, It's a Wonderful Life, and The Polar Express.
I mean, knee deep in Christmas.
I didn't think The Polar Express was a strong pick, but
it's so popular, Kevin.
It was good enough. I don't know what it is. The animation on that kind of weirds me out. And the fact that Tom Hanks is every character weirds me out.
I think that movie was popular probably during a time where your oldest kids weren't really into the youngster kind of stuff, and Cannon was too young.
Yeah.
I think we missed the whole Polar Express phenomenon because a lot of people love it.
That's the Gen Z.
They love it.
Okay. Or whatever they call them. Yeah, Christmas Vacation, Bad Santa, and A Charlie Brown Christmas was Virginia's, and she was 4 votes behind Suits. So there you go. That's the winner of our best Christmas movies and specials draft.
You did good, kid.
Yeah, he did. Suits is, wow. He's unstoppable at this thing. Crazy stuff. Well, I don't think this really should surprise anybody, but they say that more people now are drinking at work.
I hope it's not the doctors.
It's not the doctors, and it's people that are working from home. They say 53% of those polled had been drinking alcohol more frequently during the lockdown. 46% of those working from home have clocked out early to pour themselves a drink. So right around the half mark, people are knocking down some booze while working from home.
If you're doing Zoom, too, and you have a meeting... I mean, it's probably easy to hide unless you are really hammered.
It is, and it's probably just a lot of people doing work and they're a little bit stressed and like, you know what, a little drink it might even me out.
A little Monday 11 a.m. buzz?
Yeah, just a little something to take the edge off and just help me enjoy my work a little bit more.
Yeah, people really look down on you if you are drinking early in the daytime. They don't. Yeah. People just think you have problems.
And if you're not drinking, you're eating. 40% of people working from home, they say they've been snacking more and eating a lot more comfort foods too.
I've been so inconsistent. I'll be really good and then I'll be really terrible. I can't get anything in the middle.
It's tough, huh? That balance is eluding you.
Always, with everything.
Yeah, they say Americans have been stress eating an average of 3 times a week. How many times would you say you stress eat a week? Or just
if I'm bad, like I'm in a bad run right now. And I'm beating myself up. I know I need to be eating healthier, and I know I need to be doing more, and I'm not, and I'm compounding. I'm making it worse by overthinking it.
Yeah.
And when I overthink it, I eat even worse that next day. Like yesterday, I was supposed to really get back into it, but I hurt my back, so I think that's an excuse to go ahead and order pizza.
You can't be athletic on a day like that.
Can't run on a treadmill if I can't walk.
No, you're right.
So you know what? Let me get some comfort food. Pizza heals my hurtness.
Is that your number one comfort food?
Pizza, yeah. I love pizza.
It's
goes
good.
Pizza, then grilled cheese, and then pizza.
Coming up tomorrow, do not miss the KVJ Virtual Holiday Happy Hour. It's going to be at 6 p.m. on the KVJ Show Facebook page and YouTube channel. If you don't catch it live and be in the chat room, you can still get it on demand. It'll be posted up there. All brought to you by the Peggy Adams Animal Rescue League. And thanks to Stella Artois, going to be providing a little bit of booze for us. We've also got the After the Show podcast coming up here on our Facebook and YouTube channel, so you can watch in just about 5 minutes from now. We'll get to that. Before that, Jay Bird, wrap us today with your thought.
Stop trying to calm the storm. Calm yourself. The storm will pass. Oh.
Okay, you can't control the storms, but you can control you. Boom. Feeling it. Bam.
You know how you hear people on the radio and you're like, I wonder what they look like when they're saying that. I wish I could see them. Well, you can. We're right there on youtube.com/KVJ Show.